Discernment is all about recognizing when someone else's energy or projections are trying to affect you without absorbing it. And today I'm going to talk about 5 ways to do exactly that so you can stay emotionally self led in every interaction. Welcome back to My Set of a Goddess TV, a space where we focus on becoming whole spiritually and practically. It's about building emotional intelligence and learn to stay self aware, grounded, and self directed, even when emotions or other people's energy are trying to pull you off course. As your coach, I'll guide you in developing these skills so you can respond intentionally and not impulsively. Number 1, discernment helps you tell intuition from trauma. Sometimes your gut feels loud and urgent, but it's not always giving you clear guidance. It might just be your past pain talking. For example, you could feel very anxious about meeting a new person. This is within a friendship, a relationship, coworker, or any type of acquaintance. And your stomach is in knots, you start overthinking, or resistance starts taking control. Is it because of past experiences with someone similar that's triggering you? Or is there something in this new interaction you actually need to pay attention to and notice? This is when discernment comes in with yourself. Pausing and checking in helps you respond instead of overreacting. Recognizing when your reaction comes from old fear versus actual insight will help you in any situation. And it's important to pause and think about it before you actually decide to create that narrative that whether it's you or whether it's them. And of course, that's a part of holding yourself accountable. You'll know when you're making a decision from trauma because you'll feel very panicky, chaotic, or very urgent or impulsive. When you're making a decision or any type of observation from intuition, it'll feel a lot more calm, clear, and grounded, and you won't have to second guess yourself. Number 2, discernment makes you aware of how people affect your energy. Your body often knows the truth before your mind does. Studies show our nervous system picks up on emotional cues even before we consciously even notice them. Our systems connect deeply to the brain. It goes way beyond hearing, touching, or smelling, or seeing. This is why it's important to observe how a person makes you feel when you are around them and when you leave from being around them. Whether you feel light, heavy, or drained. If you find yourself replaying a conversation, second guessing yourself, that's your emotional system giving you data about a manipulative dynamic. And this goes back to the first one when I said make sure you use discernment, make sure you use your instinct, and make sure it is coming from intuition and your nervous system and not just trauma. But as a coach, if you ever want to sign up for my services, we do eliminate trauma, or we learn to work through provision and revision so that we won't have to let trauma run our lives. Another thing, discernment exposes the gap between words and actions. Discernment isn't just about what people say, it's about observing patterns in their behavior so you can trust their actions over their words. I'm going to say that again. It's about observing patterns in their behavior so you can trust actions over words and be able to respond wisely. I learned from a wise person to never fully believe what a person tells you the first time. This isn't because they're a liar or they're just a dishonest person. It's about taking time to see their values and character in action, whether they are being performative or actually being authentic. This will reveal truthfully who they are. It's not a survival tactic, but a way to prevent overthinking and help you trust yourself more. Remember, nothing is meant to go fast. When it comes to building relationships, friendships, or even just putting yourself in a new environment or adapting to something new, it's not meant to happen overnight and it won't be perfect and it's not meant to go fast. So that's something that you should remember. An example would be when someone says they support your goals, but when you ask for help, they don't follow through. Or you ask for any type of support and they don't show up how you would think they would. And it's not because you have high expectations, but if a person is going to be in your energy or be around, you would want them to support you or you would think the love is mutual. By waiting and observing, you avoid unnecessary stress. You get to follow the patterns and make sure you're making good judgment and you can trust your own judgment about the relationship. Number four, when kindness is actually control. And I'm a very kind person. A lot of people know me to be kind, but I also show I'm an integrated individual. So you won't always just get kindness. You'll get realness. That's what you'll get, honesty as well. And how you take it is how you take it. Not coming from a mean place, but more so from an honest place. Not every generous gesture comes from a place of genuine care. When I do something or say something, it is coming from care, but I do also discern if it's meant to be said in that moment or needs to be said at all. That's having emotional intelligence. What this really means is spotting subtle manipulation hidden as gifts, advice, or favors. And this can happen in relationships, friendships, at a job, or any type of encounter. This can happen. This can even happen if you just networking or just going to an event. And that's why it's important to use your discernment. A kind action that makes you feel obligated, guilty afterwards is a red flag. Something that you should not see as genuine. And a lot of times in the past, well, before I actually truly grew up, a lot of times when I was younger, I probably would be a little bit more gullible or more open to receiving. But now all I really try to receive is kindness and authenticity and honesty, the things that I value. Now, if a person chooses to buy things and do things, I don't attach that to me or my worth. And I also discern and make sure that it's genuine. But once they show me it's not by saying things like, after everything that I've done, or don't you remember what I've done, or remember when I did this, or just start counting things that they've done or given to you, that lets you know that it was out of control and not generosity. And like I said, this can come from any type of relationship, friendship, networking, job. So see it for what it is, no matter what type of environment or what type of person it is. And number five, discernment gives you power through the pause. Sometimes the most powerful response isn't a reaction at all. It's not about being naive. It's not about throwing things under the rug or not being confrontational, or even it's not about not defending yourself. It's creating space to respond intentionally. No one can make a passive aggressive remark or do something to trigger you. Instead of defending yourself immediately, you pause, breathe, and decide whether to engage or set a boundary or ignore. It's just that simple. Because at the end of the day, your peace matters more, your nervous system matters more. So if you have a regulated nervous system, a peace of mind, a peaceful environment, why does that person deserve a reaction? Or sometimes, like we said, no reaction is a reaction. Ignore a person is a reaction. Now, if they're just constantly taunting you or you are a subject of bullying, that's different. Then you probably want to try like martial arts or boxing, kickboxing, self defense, that type of thing, but only if it comes down to that. But for the most part, um, ignoring people that's like that No response is a response. And sometimes you have to check your environment too. Like, why are you in that type of environment or around those type of people? Sometimes you can be around someone and not even know that they're like that. But with the patterns or certain things that they say or just certain gestures that they do, like any type of red flags, one red flag is enough for me. Now sometimes I might let you get away with like two, maybe three, but after that, yeah, you have to go. And that's when we start getting into detachment. Once we discern what's going on, how they are, and recognize it, then we start detaching and getting away from it. Because at the end of the day, we put ourselves first. We value ourselves more. So that's why just handling it that way ends up working out better. And all you're really doing is creating space between any type of trigger and your reaction to reclaim control of your emotions, to keep your nervous system regulated. Or even if you do respond with intention. Respond because you actually sat back and thought about what to say or how to react. And a lot of times, there are ways or things that you can say to a person to make them not talk to you no more or even bother you anymore. Now, some people will take it to the edge and do the absolute most. But like I said, check your environment, check the people that you're around, and make sure that you're not people pleasing or keeping yourself in an environment that doesn't serve you or around people that don't align with you. So, to recap, we talked about 5 ways to navigate emotional situations with self leadership. Learning the difference between intuition and trauma, paying attention to how interactions affect your energy, noticing when words don't match actions, and actually sticking to it and not second guessing ourselves or overthinking or giving someone the benefit of the doubt, identifying when kindness is actually control, and harnessing the power of the pause, knowing how to react. Managing your energy isn't about becoming cold hearted, guarded, or isolated. It's about staying aware, grounded, and emotionally self led so you can have a balanced social life. Mind you, whole person transformation also includes having a social life. I know what it's like to get drained by people or situations that seem harmless at first, seem like they won't cause issues, or just very good at performing over in a mask. I know how it feels. I've been there. Learning to pause, observe, and choose how you want to respond has completely changed how I experience relationships in my own life. And if you go to my previous videos, you can learn more about that, or even just listen in on how I handled that. And for me, a lot of it was handled with just progressing in my life. Which one of these stood out to you most? Leave a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts or your experiences, or maybe something that you struggle with that maybe this would work for you, but it hasn't worked for you because of some type of obstacle or problem that you've been having. I would love to hear about it. I'm here to help you align with being at peace, not just living in it, but actually navigating life while maintaining peace. Check out my latest videos to help with healing, transformation, or enlightenment in general. And if this resonated, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more whole person transformation. Or just leave your feedback or what you would like to hear about, know about, or just discuss in general. This is about becoming whole spiritually and practically. Make sure you watch my latest videos to hear more. I will see you in the next video. Bye.